you will see the Son of Man. Dear friends, the Gospel for this Sunday is taken from Mark chapter 13, verses 24 to 32. These passages are also known as apocalyptic. They speak about the second coming of Christ and the end of days. They describe the tribulations that people on earth will face in these days. Jesus shares another important dimension about the end of days. He says, concerning that day or that hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, but only the Father. So, what we read in these readings is a kind of holy and inspired imaginations regarding the last days. Jesus says that after that tribulation, you will see the Son of Man. The ultimate purpose of these events is, above all, to reveal Jesus Christ. Apocalypse is a Greek word which means to reveal, to unveil. Hence, we must go beyond these events narrated. We need to see through these writings and unveil the risen Lord present in and through these events. Jesus uses a parable of the fig tree whose branches become tender and put out its leaves. On seeing this, we interpret saying that summer is near and new life has begun. Similarly, Jesus exhorts us to interpret these apocalyptic writings and events. Often on reading these passages, we are inclined to give into great fear and mental agony. This, of course, is a wrong way to interpret these writings, because Jesus came to destroy fear and anxiety. As we reflect upon the end times, even our own death, our Christian faith invites us to live in hope. Pablo Picasso, a famous Spanish sculptor and painter, says, "Art is a lie that makes us realize the truth." The purpose of these apocalyptic writings, which is also a piece of art, is therefore to make us realize the truth behind it, the truth about Christ. Christ came to the world not to condemn the world, but to save the world. He brings us hope and salvation, not condemnation and destruction. Jesus empowers us, saying, "When these things take place, you know that He is very near, at the very gates." These tribulations, for that matter, any tribulation in the life of a Christian, should enable him to be aware of the closeness of the Lord. Our mind is so conditioned to believe that when sufferings and pain occur, it is an indication that God is taking revenge. We are so far from the truth when we think in this way. Wisdom chapter 3 verses 2 to 4 says, "In the eyes of the foolish, they seem to have died, and their departure was thought to be a disaster, and their going from us to be their destruction. But they are at peace. For though in the sight of others they were punished, their hope is full of immortality." An elderly woman was on her deathbed. On realizing her plight, she called the parish priest and instructed him on how her funeral should be conducted. Finally, she told him, "You must bury me with a spoon in my hand." Confused, the parish priest asked, "But why?" She replied, "Whenever I attended a dinner party, the attendants who cleared the plates said, 'Please keep the spoon, please keep the spoon.' That made me believe that something more delicious is coming. I too want to be buried with a spoon in my hand to testify to the hope that something more beautiful is waiting for me after death." May Christian hope embrace our living and our death. May God bless us all.